Welcome to the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I am your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop. And as you can see, it's time to go back to the theater because, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a very interesting experience, I have the feeling. Some people are loving this movie, some people are hating this movie, some people are loving to hate this movie. They hate it, they love it, I don't know. Maybe I'll just be in the middle, who knows? But it should be an interesting experience nonetheless. Ladies and gentlemen, my review of the 2017 horror, drama, thriller, mystery, I don't know, we're gonna find out. Mother, coming up now. A couple who have settled into their newly renovated home are having a number of troubles. The man, known as Him, is an acclaimed poet and is struggling with writer's block. One day, he brings a stranger into the house and, much to his significant other's surprise, invites the stranger to stay as long as he wants. The next day, the stranger's wife shows up and is also invited by him to stay at the house. After a series of surprising events, he invites more and more strangers into their house, which very seriously begins testing the couple's relationship. So what did I think of Mother? What a question to ask. I thought it's an ambitious and bonkers psychological thriller drama. The best advice I can give any moviegoer is to know what you're getting into here. This is not your everyday run-of-the-mill haunted house horror movie. Mother is a very polarizing art house film that some viewers will see as a brilliant piece of work and others will be offended and enraged by, causing them to post the angry rants and little angry emojis on Facebook. And I could see cases for both sides of that argument. It's simply not a film made for everyone or even many. In fact, someone did walk out of my screening because it was quote-unquote too effed up. It's directed by Darren Aronofsky, whose other works are kind of hit and miss for me. He's certainly a talented filmmaker who gives us some very tight close-ups of the characters and sometimes eerie shots. It might take viewers a bit to catch on, but the movie is an allegory filled with metaphors and symbolisms. While I was left with a few small unanswered questions, I felt like all of the strong messages were pretty straightforward, even a little too much at times. Sometimes I did feel like the audience was being beaten over the head with all of the metaphors towards the end of the film, and there were elements or moments which felt pretentious or heavy-handed, as well as a few surprising things that will no doubtably upset certain viewers that might have gone a little bit too far. During the film, we see the couple's life become turned upside down when a strange husband and wife, who are very rude and begin to treat the house that they're guests in as their own, ignoring rules and keep wanting to go into places they're told not to, which were the scenes I enjoyed the most. As the film moves along, things get more serious after a murder happens and even more people gather in the house. All the time, the woman known as Mother, like us, is shocked at what's happening, but is surprisingly understanding. If you thought the first two acts of the film were filled with WTF moments, wait until that last half hour where you'll be bombarded with strong images which range from weird and crazy to brutal and even sickening. The film can also get very loud sometimes, verging on annoying, which is a metaphor itself, but could also cause you to leave the theater with a headache. There were some things I laughed out loud at, some of which were intentional, and some of which I don't think were supposed to be intentional. That was kind of awkward. The cast all give great performances, including Jennifer Lawrence as Mother, the lovely housewife who is shaken to her core by all of the strangers who keep inviting themselves into her house, Javier Bardem as Him, the well-known poet struggling from writer's block who keeps letting unknown visitors and fans of his into his and Mother's home, Ed Harris as Man, the stranger with a bizarre cough who's a big fan of Him and is invited to stay the night, and Michelle Pfeiffer as Woman, Man's wife who also shows up to the house uninvited and begins asking surprising questions of Mother and makes a mess of things in the house. Mother is a well-made, weird, unique roller coaster ride of emotions that is certainly up for individual interpretation and is like nothing I've seen before. I feel like if you're still interested in seeing the film, you should, and whether good or bad, it's an experience that people will be talking about. I'm going to give it the rating of do it.
All right, well, that's the show. I'll be back with another review very soon. But until then, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube. YouTube.com/Westside515. Like the show on Facebook, Facebook.com/WestTroopaList. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter and the Instagram @WestAList. Until next time, Troop out.